But if you think about how much smarter you are at 53 than you were at 13, now imagine how much smarter you'll be at 353 or 1,053. And if that actually becomes possible, if a person can live to be 100 years, why can't they live to be 4,000 years? If they can figure out what makes people age, if we really can genetically engineer human beings, that's not breathing underwater. That's just extending life.
Today, I'm reacting to Joe Rogan and Nick Bostrom talking about what life could look like if we lived 1,000 years or more. Most people think of that as just a sci-fi question, but this clip makes it more philosophical. What would a longer living civilization even look like?
And if you think about how much smarter, how old are you?
53.
Okay. Now, the way you said that was sad. I'm older than you, dog. Don't worry about it. But if you think about how much smarter you are at 53 than you were at 13, now imagine how much smarter you'll be at 353 or 1,053. And if that actually becomes possible, if a person can live to be 100 years, why can't they live to be 4,000 years? If they can figure out what makes people age, if we really can genetically engineer human beings, that's not breathing underwater. That's just extending life. And if you extend life and extend intellectual capacity and your ability to learn and grow, holy shit, you're dealing with a 2,000-year-old person. That's a completely different kind of thing. And that could be real someday. And that might be also one of the things that comes along with this new understanding of just life in general with super intelligent AI.
Yeah, no, for sure. Fixing aging and reversing it would be amongst the things that a technologically mature civilization would be able to do.
This opening makes the entire thought experiment instantly visual. Joe's framing, be smarter at 53 than 13, extends naturally to 1,053. So the conversation isn't really about medicine, but about human capacity as a concept.
We just have to get people out of the idea that it's vain. Why do you want to live forever?
Well,
Come on.
That's what they say now, right?
Yeah.
But when somebody actually has the therapy, and you could, you could either continue to get, worse kidneys and more painful knees and wrinkles, and you start to forget things, or you can take this rejuvenation serum that everybody else is using, and they are full of energy and running around and doing stuff. Do you still think it's vain? So I think a lot of this is Stockholm syndrome, that you are kind of faced with the inevitability of aging and decay, and have been for thousands of years. So you develop a kind of mimetic scaffold that reconciles you to the inevitable.
I like it, Stockholm syndrome.
Which is maybe adaptive, but only up until the point where there actually might be something you could do to escape.
This is arguably the smartest single point in the whole clip. Nick reframes anti-longevity thinking as cultural nervousness, not rational caution. That actually opens the whole discussion to more honest debate instead of taboo.
Right, then if you're too stuck in this mindset, it might sort of prevent you from taking advantage to regain your freedom.
Right.
And I think we are now at that stage. We don't yet have the therapies, but there are certainly investments and research and stuff we could do that would hasten the arrival. And I think, in fact, we should have started on a big sort of, Manhattan Project to defeat aging decades ago. And maybe we would have better therapies by now then. But for a long time, aging was not seen as a problem, only the specific diseases that are the result of the aging.
Yeah.
And they got all this funding, right? So you have huge research projects for Alzheimer's and for heart disease and for cancer. But if you look at the main common cause of most human disease, it's senescence. You're much more likely to get any of these when you're 80 than when you're 20, because your cells gradually decay and gunk builds up.
Yeah.
Your arteries clog up, your DNA mutates, your methylation pattern gets scrambled.
Your brain shrinks.
So rather than just trying to put out the fires one by one after they occur, at some point you just need to sort of try to prevent, maybe you need a bit of rain to sort of prevent
This section exposes a real funding pattern question. Most health money goes into specific diseases, not into the underlying cause of all of them. That structural argument makes the issue more practical than philosophical for a moment.
It's kind of amazing how much we've accomplished as a society, as civilization, when you think about the fact that people only live to be 100. Kind of incredible.
Yeah. It's
kind of incredible. Got rockets and satellites and cell phones and And people only live, so it's like everybody has to build on everybody else's intelligence and everybody else's understanding of the world and develop new things, and everybody has to learn those new things and implement
each
them.
brain is so small that it can only learn a small little specialty, right? And you need millions of them to really. Although it's not entirely clear with humans, if we had been much more long-lived, like the way we currently are configured, maybe we would just have gotten too stuck in our ways and sort of stagnated into some sort of ultra-conservative society where nobody's allowed to do anything different. Or the old geezers that have their way of doing things just remain forever in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't know, right? Like whether that would have slowed progress or accelerated it. But it is still amazing. Like, it's a long path from sort of running around in the forest to sort of look at these like advanced chip technologies and the whole global supply chain where like thousands of people are working to develop just one little tool that then feeds into the ability to make another tool that eventually makes these leading edge AI chips.
Where they're layering things 4 atoms deep.
Yeah.
This middle section is important because it shows civilization's success given short lives. Human progress depends on a motor of passing knowledge between generations over time that makes life expectancy almost like an invisible limit on collective human capability.
It's remarkable.
It's incredible. And humans only live to be 100. Imagine what we could accomplish if we lived to be 3,000. You know?
Yeah. Or if we were just a little bit, better at these things.
Yes.
Because I think we are sort of the stupidest possible species that are capable of developing advanced technology. Like, because as soon as we evolved to reach that level, we started developing it, right? And then, so that's where we are, like the dumbest possible that just barely can do this.
Right, barely can do this while we're blowing each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same time, all over the world, blowing up people.
This ending keeps the conversation honest rather than utopia sounding. Nick argues that humans are basically the dumbest species capable of developing this technology, so the fact that we're blowing each other up while doing it is even more concerning. The takeaway here isn't really we should all live to 1,000. It's that lifespan directly affects how far civilization could actually climb. The longer humans live and stay mentally sharp, the more cumulative learning becomes possible across many generations.